Alright, YouTube. I wanted to do a quick review on these Adidas Terrex Swift R GTX, which is just the Swift R with Gor-tex. I've had these for a couple years now, and they've actually been really good shoes. The only thing I was disappointed with initially was how little arch support they had. The insoles that came with them were a lot like the ones from my video with the Danners the other day. They were just a flat piece of foam. So I remedied that with some Dr. Scholl's Active Series insoles. They've got nice arch support, good padding. I have done a little bit of everything with these shoes, and by and large they've held up very well. The soles are getting a little worn down, but not too bad. I have gone hiking, I've done yard work, I have run on pavement, I've run on treadmills, I've worked out, I've done just a little bit of everything. My biggest complaint for the duration of having them has been this piece of plastic right here, and my little toe sits there, and it does it on both sides, but it's a little more pronounced on this right shoe. And so something I did just today, and I wish I had done 2 years ago when I bought them, was actually took my pocket knife and just cut the string right here. Typically it goes through there and then runs through this little Gor-tex label tab. And what I did was just cut it and then tied a surgical knot right here. Just did 4 knots, and that way it would hold nice and tight. And I wish I had done that whenever I bought them, like as soon as I got them out of the box, because without me purposely pulling it down tight, it would still cinch down on this part just from tightening it up here. And as I would work, it would actually loosen a little bit up here and tighten down here, and you can see it's really kind of started to wear on the nylon, and it's actually put a hole in it right here. And on the inside of this, I've actually worn a hole in the Gor-tex membrane with my toe. And it was getting to the point that it was actually pretty uncomfortable to wear these. So I thought, you know what, it's pretty uncomfortable to wear these at this point, but I really like these shoes. So I'm just going to try this and see how it works out. I really don't have much to lose at this point. So I cut it and tied it up, put them on, cinched them down to give me, the tightness I needed up here, and it felt awesome. The forefoot was nice and loose, and I don't have particularly wide feet. The reviews that I read before I bought these said to go up a half size if you had even just medium width feet, because they were kind of narrow. So that's what I did, and it still bothered me quite a bit as time went on. But I did it on both of them, and you can see where it was really starting to wear there as well. That's the only place that this nylon has had any kind of serious wear, and it's where that string, because this is a really tough string, which, kudos to Adidas for putting a really tough shoestring on there, because you don't want to get out on the trail and have a shoestring break. But it was wearing holes in the tops of my shoes, and on top of that it was cinching down and really hurting my toes. So overall, I would highly recommend these. I'm considering buying another pair just in case they quit making them, and when I buy that pair, as soon as I take them out of the box, this is getting cut, because they're just so much more comfortable without the lace going across there. And they actually, they cinch up on my heel better because it's not loosening up here and tightening down here. I don't really understand why it did that, but that's how it would work out. And after an hour or two, it would feel, loose in the heel, really uncomfortably tight down here, and I'd have to stop and adjust. And at this point, I'm not having that problem anymore. So I would highly recommend these shoes. And if you've got medium to high arches, you probably will need to get some aftermarket insoles. But otherwise, they've really been fantastic shoes. And just cut that lace in the very front, because you can see just putting my foot in, and putting weight on it. My toe is right there, and they're pushing on the very outside. But as long as the string isn't cinching, it's very comfortable. And the same over here, my toes right there. There's my MTP joint. So, I would highly recommend these, and just as soon as you get them, unless you've got really narrow feet, cut the strings, retie them with some surgical knots right there, so you don't have to worry about them coming untied, and I think you'll be pretty happy with them. Aside from the undue wearing from the strings on the nylon, they've been incredibly tough. And I think now that I've solved that little problem, they're probably going to last a lot longer. So, hope this helps. And if you've been thinking about buying these, I would definitely recommend it. And have a good one.